Hello, YouTubers. Today we're going to talk about how to build your own armature. And the armature I have here is a pretty simple build. It's a coffee can armature with just any kind of stick put in the middle or in the center and then cemented in with quickcrete. And what I did was I took a large screw, drilled it through the bottom and into this piece of wood here. And then I mixed my quickcrete, poured it into the coffee can, and let it set. Alright? And essentially what you have is a nice, sturdy, heavy, armature. I can rotate it here because I have it set on one of these in a craft store, Lazy Susans, that you can buy. You can screw these down and they will become more permanent, but I just have it sitting on there and it's so heavy that it doesn't really move anywhere, and you can just rotate it. Now, in order to start your sculpture, I normally start with your foundation of like just some newspaper balled up. It really depends on what sculpture you're doing, on how much of this paper you use. If you're doing a smaller sculpture, you don't need as much. If you have a larger bust, like a head sculpture that you're doing, you need a little bit more. Mainly because you're trying to control the amount of clay you're using. You don't want a giant hunk of clay on here and you're going to have to carve it all away. That's just a lot of extra work. Normally I'd use tape, but I don't have tape, so I'm using yarn. And I'm not going to go ahead and tie this all up, but I'll do a simple, I'll wrap it around onto the board. Okay. And really, you don't really want this to be super permanent because you're going to remove this out of the sculpture later. But I just do a simple tie with the yarn and leave it at that. Now, I'm going to show you an example I did earlier. It's down here. And this is just a bust that I started, but it's the same premise. It's in the same kind of armature. It's a bigger ball of newspaper underneath, and your goal would be, once you're finished with it, you cut this top portion off, you rip out all the paper and the yarn until it's just the stick left in there. Then you take the clay that you cut off very carefully, put it back on, and you slide it off the armature and you let it dry. If you like these tips, if you like this do-it-yourself armature, let me know in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. Subscribe, like, and have a good day.